Good morning, friends. We are bringing ourselves in to whatever feels like a nice, comfortable seated pose this morning. Maybe we're sitting comfortably with legs crossed. If this is really not very comfortable, maybe there's a foot out the side and there's a more gentle, relaxed Buddhist pose. But we're finding ourselves today in to kind of twisting, grounding, energizing practice to start or finish your day. Maybe just a gentle wind down after work, just twisting out the day's tensions and tightnesses. But let yourself here find a gentle press into tail, a length, and lift through the vertebrae to the crown. Our inhale, sweep gently hands towards the ceiling. Lift the chest, lift the chin, lift the gaze through the fingers. The exhale, pressure in the palms and the hands. Find heart center. Still with that gentle pressure in the palms. Hug the navel. Inhale, maybe the full length of an inhale brings the hands a big sweep all the way towards the ceiling. Lift the chart. Lift the heart, lift the chest, lift the chin. Hands press softly, heart center. One more of these. Inhaling, press into tail, lengthen, lift through the vertebrae, lift the shoulders, lift the ribs, lift the gaze, lift the palms. Exhale, pressure. Hands hard. Keeping this gentle pressure in the palms, the elbows going nice and wide. A press into tail, a lengthen, lift through the vertebrae to the crown. Hug navel. Right elbow looking for right knee and left palm gently pressing in. Keep that soft pressure with the palms, and the inhale brings gaze a little bit deeper through palms or elbow. Gaze gently coming back maybe. But use your exhales here as a tool, a softening and opening gently through shoulders and ribs, so not forceful. The exhale finding space, drawing gently left shoulder back and following elbow or gaze back through the shoulder. Let the breath slow, let the mind slow. Gaze comes down. Right palm, look for left shin or knee. Softly pressing knee to floor, keep that pressure. The inhale, sweep, left hand out. Lift shoulder, lift rib, gaze to follow fingers. And the exhale, take left hand to the right side. Still gently pressing to right palm, lengthening energy from left hip through the ribs to the fingers. Inhale, sweeps, left hand to sky. Right hand staying at left knee. Left hand finding the floor behind. A steeple into those left fingers, press into tail, extend you to the crown. Exhale, left shoulder, elbow, just gently finding that space in ribs, in shoulder, just taking you around a little deeper. It's a really lovely place to let eyes close and breath slow, to feel release and softness. Just creep its way in. Perfect. Inhale, hug navel, draw hands back, heart center, pressure. The exhale brings left elbow into knee, right palm pressing softly in to turn the sternum, the gaze in towards the palms. Our inhale just lengthen through the vertebrae to the crown, just bringing gaze maybe a little deeper through elbow or shoulder. And the exhale, the release to take you deeper. Right shoulder gently drawing back, opening space in ribs and shoulder rather than forcing. Gaze comes down. Left hand finds right knee and right hand on the inhale. Sweep up, lift shoulder, lift rib. Again, gaze to follow fingers. Pushing away softly, left palm, reaching up through right side ribs to right fingers. Inhaling, sweeping, right hand up. And exhale, finding right hand to floor. Press into tail, extend you to crown. Hug the navel. Just right shoulder, elbow, bring you a little bit deeper. An opening of the heart, the ribs. And inhale, hugs navel, brings hands back, heart center, last one of these. Gentle pressure in the palms and interlacing the fingers, pushes the palms towards the ceiling. Lift the heart and lift the chest, the gaze to follow fingers. Elbows and shoulders just softening back towards the ears. Exhales a soft sigh. Sweeps hands all the way in a big circle, find the floor, about a hand span back. Press gently into your fingertips and roll the shoulders back. Palms, shoulders press the floor. A soft lift, sternum, chest, and chin and heart towards the ceiling. If we've got problems with the neck, there's a tuck in the chin that keeps this safe. If the neck is safe, just maybe the gaze is working its way gently towards the ceiling. Press the palm and lift the heart. Again, just gently pushing away lifting heart, lifting a smile. Maybe we're pressing a little energy into shins to lift the hips and roll forward on the knees. Let the head gently hang back. And exhale, let this go. Hug the navel. So we are sweeping the hands towards the top of the mat, the gentle lengthening from the tail to the fingers. If we're feeling energetic, we're walking the fingers forward and coming up into all fours. If that's a little strong, feet go one way, hands go the other. We come around to all fours. But press gently into the knuckles, a little grip with the fingers like clear claws. Knees hip width and the backs of the feet lightly pressed down. And exhale is a soft roll from the tailbone all the way through the vertebrae to the shoulders. The spine press up, the shoulders and palms press down with a little tuck in the chin towards the chest. And then inhale here, find belly dip down, chest press forward, gaze come forward and the tailbone pop out. Again, just warming up the spine. Next exhale begins to move with the breath, gently pressing spine to ceiling, that little roll from the tailbone through the vertebrae to the shoulders. And then the inhale, belly dipping down, chest pressing forward, gaze coming forward. A change. Our exhale here makes it tiger pose. Hug the navel, draw right knee into chin to chest. And then the inhale, reach right foot back, chest press forward, gaze come forward, heart lift, chest lift. Exhaling, arching, hugging in. Inhaling, reaching, extending. Exhale, arch, hug in. Last one. Inhale, reaches right foot back. There's a flex in the foot and a spread in the toes, extends gently the energy back. The hip reach to heel, but the heart gently lift. If we can, we're taking rib or hands to ribs, left hand to rib. Gently lift the heart towards the hand. Reach the hip gently back in towards the heel. If we're balanced, if we feel comfortable, gently unfurl. Left hand forward, lift the shoulder towards the fingers, extend the hip towards the heel, and there may be a gentle lift of hand and heel that little bit deeper. This could be stronger. We could draw the heel into the hip, and the left hand could sweep around, look for the foot or look for the sacrum. Sacrum, we draw the heel in. If we've got the foot, kick it away. Lift the chest, lift the chin, and lift the gaze. Exhaling here. Left hand find floor, pigeon pose, right knee, looking for back of right wrist. Take right foot over towards the left side of the mat. We're sliding or stepping gently, left foot back towards the back of the mat. We're looking for a stretch that's in our hip and not our knee. If it's our knee, we take the knee a little narrower and make this a little kinder. If you've got space, maybe the knee goes wider and that right shin comes parallel to the top of the mat. But the heart lift, the chest lift, the chin, the gaze come forward. There's a flex of the backs of the feet into floor, just protecting knees. Hands walk their way gently back alongside the hips. So we can soften, we can sink gently in the hips towards the floor, or we can hug the thighs into the hip joints, engage pelvic floor, gently roll the shoulders back, extend the hands towards the heels, and lift the heart, the chest, the chin, the gaze towards the skies. Heart lift. Hug navel. Hands find the heart center with pressure. Gently soften and sink forward. Let palms and forearms and elbows soften, sink gently back into the mat. Chest gently press forward. And then we soften along the vertebrae to let the back of the head, the forehead sink towards the floor. Or we cross backs of wrists. Step the elbows wide and let the chest and the chin and the forehead rest on backs of wrists. But a soften here, through the shoulders, through the spine, through the ribs, tail to hips, from the neck to the crown. Just scanning through the body today. What feels tight here? What feels tense? Can we send ourselves a little adjustment, a little kindness, a little let go through the body? 2 last breaths. Inhaling here begins to find a soft energy from the tailbone along through the vertebrae. A gentle press into palms lifts the chest and lifts the chin, pushing away the floor, walking fingers back. Right hip, look for the mat. Left heel, slide around, finds the floor either in front gently of right shin or outside of right knee. Left foot flat to floor, a press to tail, extend to crown, a hug on the navel, lift and gently extend through the vertebrae to the crown. We're looking for both sit bones to sit down nice and comfortable. If it's really very uncomfortable, the underknee can extend and there's a flex in that right foot. But a gentle press to tail, a hug on the navel, right hand, just gently draw left knee a little deeper in towards the chest, the chin. Left hand sweep to sky. Press gently into the tail and extend through the vertebrae to left fingers. The exhale, find left hand to the floor behind. A steeple into fingers and extension to crown. A hug on the navel. Right hand, sweep the ceiling. Push into left fingers, reach up energy through your right ribs, shoulder to fingertips. Energy out through the heel of that right palm, right elbow, look for left knee. A soft, gentle pressure of right elbow to knee, left elbow and shoulder draw you gently back. Again, not forceful. Every exhale, a soften, a release, a gentle let go to the twist. 2 more breaths here, but let them count. Let them be longer, let them be deeper. Inhale brings gaze back to center, and the exhale sweep right hand to the floor behind, left hand all the way around. Follow here, left hand with the gaze. Push away maybe the floor, lift the hips. Extend from left hip through the ribs to left fingers. And the exhale, unwind. Sweep you gently back into pigeon, left foot coming all the way back around. Coming back around into all fours. Our exhale here brings the hips to the heels, a gentle extended child's pose. Lengthen tail to crown, let the palms and the forearms, the elbows, just gently soften for a breath. Inhale here, chest, gaze, come forward, keep it nice and low, press you gently forward, back in to cow. The exhale, the arch, hugs left knee into chin to chest, and inhale, reach left foot back, chest press forward, gaze come forward. Exhaling, arching, hugging in. Inhaling, reaching, extending. Lovely. Exhale, arch, hug in. Inhale, reaches, left foot back, a flex in the foot, the spread in the toes. Right hand, look for ribs, and the heart lift of the hand. Hip press gently back into the heel. If we're still comfortable, unfurling, right hand forward, lift the shoulder, the ribs towards the fingers. And the hand and the heel, they gently lift. Again, strong enough, or maybe left heel draws its way to hip, right hand sacrum, or right hand top of foot. Kick the foot away if we've got it, remember. Lift the heart, lift the chest, lift the chin. And exhale, unwinds this. Right hand to mat, left knee back of left wrist. Take left foot to the right side, and right foot gently slide back, sinking hip in towards that heel, and untuck of the toes with a flex in the backs of the feet, just gently pushing toes into the floor. Walking fingers gently back alongside hips. Again, keeping soft. Maybe we sink in the hips and let this go, or we draw the thighs into the hip joints, roll the shoulders back, engage the pelvic floor and lift the heart and extend the hands. Gently back towards the heels. Keep this going. Maybe the hands sweep towards the ceiling. Lift the heart and lift the chest. And the exhale, fold you forward about 45 degrees. Let the palms and the forearms, the elbows soften, sink to floor. And the elbows, the shoulders, the chest, the chin, and sink gently towards the mat. Again, keeping this soft or crossing backs of wrists. Stepping elbows wide, letting chest and chin sink to floor and forehead find backs of wrists. Maybe let the eyes close. Maybe let the breath slow. Keep this going. 5, 4 breaths more. Wonderful. But each exhale, gentle release and a soften through the vertebrae, through the ribs to the crown. A soft energy back through the vertebrae to lift the chin, to lift the gaze, a soft press the palms. Walks the hands back in towards the heels. Let left hip sink back. Right heel sweep around. Again, find foot in front of left shin. Keep this softer or a little stronger right foot. Finding outside of left knee. A pressed tail, extend to ground. A hug on the navel. Right hand sweep to sky. Our exhale, bring right hand to the floor behind. A press into tail, lengthen, lift through the vertebrae to the crown. And the exhale, right shoulder, elbow, just take you a little deeper softly. Maybe it's stronger, left hand sweeping up, lifting shoulder, lifting rib. Again, energy to the heel of the left palm. And then that energy presses gently into the left elbow, takes you a little bit more softly into the twist. Again, not forceful. Each exhale here is a release, a soften, a let go. Eyes closed, breath slow. Inhale brings that back to center. And the exhale, sweep left hand to the floor behind. Right hand now your focus. Follow the right hand all the way around. Push away the floor, lift the hips. Gaze coming back through the right hand. Top arm and crown sink back. Hips and ribs lift. Exhaling, unwind, come around. Back into pigeon. A tuck here though in that back toe. Lift the back knee to step you back to a very soft bent leg downward facing dog. A press and lengthen through the palms, through the arms, the chest, all the way in towards the thighs. A nice big bend in knees, pedals right heel down and left knee in. And left heel down and right knee in. Just pedaling a couple of times. Next inhale finds both knees into chin to chest. Press and lengthen through the palms, the arms, the ribs, all the energy coming back towards the heels. Extend. The exhale, straighten through backs, legs into tiptoes. Let the heels soften down. Chest draw towards the thighs. A broaden, open across the chest. Gaze comes forward between the thumbs with a walk, a step, or a gentle hop of feet through. Top of the mat. Edges of the feet here coming together. And fingers look gently for the floor in front of the toes. Heart lift, chest lift. And the exhale walks the fingers back towards the toes. A soften, a sink of chest and chin and crown in towards the feet. But each exhale a lengthen, a lift through the backs of the legs. Extending hips to sky. Chest gently lifting halfway. A bend in the knees brings the hips to sit all the way back in the heels. Tail turn down. Toe balance. If this is excruciating, there's a block underneath the heels or a block to side to help with balance. But tail turn down, shoulders roll gently back. Find a focus. Pouring attention to that one point. Breath slow, mind slow. Hands on the inhale begin to sweep towards the sky. As they come past the shoulders, begin to press softly into the toes. And as slowly as we feel that we can, come all the way up. To standing, tiptoe, balance. Push away the floor, extend to the fingers. Let the heels soften, sink down. Turn, right hand palms up, and left first finger and thumb take the wrist and push the palm away. Lengthen from the balls of the feet all the way into that palm. Take right tiptoe outside of the left side of the mat. Push gently into toe. Extend energy from that right tiptoe through the ribs. Soften the side bend to the left side. So we're lifting right side rib to deepen the stretch. Inhale brings that back to center. Changes the cross. Push away left palm. And left tiptoe finds its way outside of the right side of the mat. Push gently into tiptoe and extend. Soften side bend to the right side, lifting left. Inhale that back to center. Hugging navel, gently swan diving, folding. Fingers look for mat, chest gently lift halfway. Stepping here, left foot back, into lunge. Heart, ribs, chest, chin press forward, and the back knee finds the floor. Hands find knee or hands on the inhale, sweep out. Lift the chest, lift the chin, peel the belly away from that right thigh. Elbows and shoulders back alongside the ears, but we soften, sink in the hip, and the elbows roll back. Open heart, open chest, open gaze. Pressure, like we did at the start, palms finding each other, elbows going nice and wide. Hug the navel and the right shoulder, the elbow draw back. Twisting, turning sternum and gaze over that right hip as deep as you feel that you can. Engage the core, hug the navel. Left elbow find right knee and right palm press in. Turning the sternum that little bit deeper. Again, this is strong enough for our practice. If we need a little more, there's a tuck in the back toe that lifts the back knee. Turns the sternum a little deeper to palms, and then we soften ribs in towards the mat, just deepening the twist that little bit more, right shoulder coming back. If we're still strong, whichever option, gaze can come down, left hand can extend towards the floor, left elbow looking for shin or knee, right hand extend towards the sky. And the exhale, unwind, find fingers to mat, step you gently back, plank pose, extend. Pressing gently from the crown through the vertebrae to the heels. Let knees find the floor. Untuck the toes, hug elbows last, rib, chin, chest, gently scooping through. The inhale, roll the shoulders back and hug the elbows to the last rib. Lift the chest, the chin, the gaze to baby cobra or cobra. And the exhale, lets it go. Chest, chin and forehead look for mat. A tuck in toes, hips to heels. Push away gently the floor to come all the way up to downward facing dog. Reset, heels soften, gently broaden, open, cross the chest. Gazes forward between the thumbs, a walker step or a hop of feet through. Top of the mat, gently lifting chest halfway, a dip in the knees, our inhale, sweep the hands towards the sky. Palms look for each other, and the elbows and the shoulders, they can draw back gently alongside the ears, or if that's really tight in the shoulders, the hands stay forward. And exhale, hugs navel, and swan dives you forward. Again, fingers look for the floor, the chest gently lift. Step, right foot back, into lunge. Back knee, sink to mat. Hands find knee or hands on the inhale, sweep away, peeling belly away from the thigh. Elbows, shoulders back alongside the ears. Hands finding heart center pressure, elbows going wide. Hugging navel and left elbow draws back as deep as that's going to go. We're taking the gaze, the chest, the sternum over that left hip as deep as it's going to go. And right elbow, look for left knee. Press left palm in. Again, gently soften. Sink the ribs a little deeper towards the floor. Gaze working its way back, maybe through the elbow. The gaze could come down and we could tuck that back toe and lift the back knee. Extend a little energy from the crown into that right heel. And whichever option could bring right fingers to floor, left hand to sky. And our exhale unwinds both of those, brings them back into mat. Step you gently back into plank. Push away gently the floor and extend. Knees, chest, chin, cobra as before, or come forward on the toes. Chaturanga, hug the elbows to the last rib, backs of the feet turn down. Roll the shoulders back and make it upward facing dog. Again, engage the glute muscles, heart and chest and chin and gaze, lift. Roll you gently over the toes. Come all the way back into downward facing dog. Knees look for the sides of the mat. Feet, again, they can go one way. Hands can go the other, or we can cross our shins. Fingers walk back, and we bring the hips gently over the heels. Wonderful. Hips are looking for the center of the mat. Soles of feet looking for the corners. Hands at backs of thighs. Gentle pressure. Press the tail, extend to crown. Hug the navel, lift the crown to ceiling. Heart, chest, chin lift. And there's pressure in the palms that takes the elbows nice and wide. A hug on navel. A tuck of chin. Arch the spine. Big C curve. Hands here, just protecting core on the way back. But it's the core that's doing the work. Let yourself gently roll down vertebrae, one at a time, until shoulders and back of head find the floor. Palms roll up out to sides and the shoulders soften away from the ears. The heels slide in, hip width behind the hips, a gentle pressure into soles of feet. A hug on the navel, tilts the pelvis gently in towards the ribs. Push away gently the floor to bring you to bridge. Doesn't need to be strong. A gentle engagement of the glute muscles, energy to the feet to lift through the thighs. Maybe sternum coming a little closer to the chin, deepening the arch but not taking it higher. And exhale, let go. Gently through the vertebrae, one at a time until tail comes down last. Draw gently both knees in towards the chin, towards the chest. Hands maybe go a little wider. And the exhale, bring a little softness to hips and waist, bringing knees and hips over to the right side. It's as far as you feel that you want to go. And then it's tiptoes that find the floor. And the knees that follow. It doesn't need to be strong. The knees don't need to find the floor. Let every exhale become a softening through the hips and through the waist, just letting the sternum, the chin, the gaze work their way deeper towards the left shoulder. Each exhale, release, softness, and letting go. Let the exhales get deeper and more releasing. An inhale here hugs the navel to draw the knees back into center, and the exhale will find the knees to the left side. Again, as deep as that wants to go. Let the toes find the mat, let the sternum, the chest, the chin soften their way towards the right shoulder, just that little bit deeper. Again, every exhale becomes the release, scanning through. What are the last little bits of tension and tightnesses that are hanging on? Can we change them with the breath? Can we find soft release with adjustment? The last 2 breaths. Inhale hugs navel and brings the knees just gently back into center. Knees resting on each other, soles of the feet finding the floor, just either side of the hips. Shoulders soften back away from the ears and the hands rolling gently, palms up out to sides, or one hand find abdomen, one hand find heart. Let the shoulders soften away from the ears, and any tension, any tightnesses, any troubles with the back, we're letting the knees rest on each other so it's kinder to our spine. If the back is fine, maybe there's a flexing the feet and a spreading the toes that takes the heels to the corners of the mat. Press a gentle energy from the crown through the body to the heels, and the exhale, let it go. Let the hips sink down and the feet begin to gently fall out to side as the energy releases in the hips and in the waist. The shoulders soften, sink back away from the ears. And if it's comfortable, the eyes, they soften, maybe to close, maybe to their soft and unfocused gaze. But every exhale become a soft, gentle release. Cooler, warmer, and let go. Gently, and in your time, beginning to bring awareness back to where you are on your mat. Gentle wiggle of fingers, of toes, a soft rotation of head, neck from side to side. Deepening breath and bringing more conscious breath back into the body. An inhale that feels right lets hands sweep the sky. Find an interlace in the fingers that pushes away the palms overhead. Take a stretch from the palms all the way through the body to the tips of the toes. And the exhale, let it go. Elbows and shoulders soften, sink back, and the gaze gently open its way towards the ceiling. Draw gently both knees into chin to chest. Give the back a little rock or circle or twist, just letting the last little bits of practice go. When it's ready, right hand look for back ahead like a pillow, coming to lay on the right side. Just take a pause, a moment, just to transition with peacefulness back in today. Let top leg extend away, a soft gentle press of palm and elbow to floor, bring you back as slowly as you feel that you can to whatever's a nice comfortable seated pose. There needs to be no energy. If there's none, hands at the heart and we are done. If there's still things to do in your day, there's a press into tail, a lengthen lift through your vertebrae to your crown. Maybe that inhale brings the hands on a full sweep all the way towards the ceiling. Lift the chest, lift the chin, lift the gaze. The exhale, pressure in the palms and the hands. Find heart with a smile. Forehead fingers. And a really big thank you for your practice, everyone. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Namaste. Thank you.